Hey everyone, let's jump right into it. Welcome to This Explainer, where we are unpacking literally the most powerful financial tool currently available for aspiring Canadian homeowners, the First Home Savings Account, or FSA. Look, with average home prices feeling, well, completely out of reach for a lot of us, this account, which just rolled out in 2023, honestly changes the math entirely. So grab your mental notepads, because today we're turning all that financial complexity into total clarity. Our playbook for today is going to cover Meet the Ultimate Savings Tool, Are You Eligible to Play, Limits and the Kicking Clock, What If Plans Change, Combining the FHSA and RSP, and finally, Smart Investment Strategies. All right, let's get into it.
Section 1. Meet the Ultimate Savings Tool.
So for years, Canadians kind of had to choose between two incredible tax shelters, right? You had the RRSP, where your contributions actively lower your taxable income right now today. And on the flip side, you had the TFSA, where your money grows and can be pulled out completely tax-free. Well, think of the FHSA as the ultimate hybrid. It beautifully combines the upfront tax deduction of an RRSP with that sweet tax-free exit of a TFSA. It's truly the best of both worlds. Here's exactly how that superpower works in real life. When you put money into an FHSA, boom, you get a tax break on your income this year. Then, when you make a qualifying withdrawal to actually buy your first home, you pay zero tax on that money or any of the growth it generated. And here is the absolute kicker. Unlike the traditional RRSP homebuyers plan, you never have to repay a single dime back into the account. Once you pull it out for the house, that money is 100% yours to put toward those keys. Section 2. Are you eligible to play? Before we get too carried away with the tax breaks, you gotta make sure you clear 4 specific checkpoints. First off, you must be a resident of Canada. Second, you need to have reached the age of majority in your province, so that's usually 18 or 19. Third, you've got to be 71 years old or younger by December 31st of the year you open it. And finally, the big one, you must truly be a first-time homebuyer. That basically means you haven't lived in a home as your principal residence that you or your spouse or common law partner owned during the current calendar year or the previous 4 calendar years. Clear those hurdles and you are officially in the game. Section 3. Limits and the ticking clock. All right, here is your very first crucial number, $8,000. The rules allow you to contribute up to $8,000 into your FHSA every single year. But hey, what if you just don't have $8,000 lying around this year? No stress at all. The rules actually allow some of your unused contribution room to carry forward to future years, subject to the CRA's limits. So keeping a close eye on your available room through your CRA account is definitely a smart move. Over your lifetime, the maximum amount of fresh cash you can stash into this account is $40,000. If you max it out at $8,000 a year, it would take you exactly 5 years to hit that cap. But, and this is absolutely vital, remember that your contribution room only starts accumulating after the account is officially open. It does not go backwards retroactively like a TFSA does. Now, because that room only builds once the account is open, there is a massive misconception out there. People think, hey, I should just go to the bank today, open an FHSA, leave it empty, and just let that contribution room build up. But actually, hold on. Opening the account triggers a very specific, inflexible countdown clock. An FHSA cannot just stay open forever. From the exact year you open it, you have exactly 15 years before the account must be closed. This is why your strategy is literally everything. Imagine opening the account at 18 just to build up room, but you aren't realistically buying a house until you're 35. You'd hit that 15-year expiry limit right when you finally need the money. Open it way too early and it might expire before you buy. Open it too late and you might not maximize that $40,000 limit. You really have to thread the needle based on your own life goals. Section 4. What if plans change? This brings up the $1 million, or I guess $40,000 question. What if you never buy a home? Maybe you realize renting just fits your lifestyle better, or you end up moving overseas. Does all that tax-sheltered money just go poof or get hit with a massive penalty? Let's totally alleviate that fear right now.
because your hard-earned money for sure does not go to waste.
So if you hit that 15-year mark or you just decide homeownership isn't happening, you've got two exit doors. The first is a taxable withdrawal. The bank withholds some tax and that money just gets added to your income for the year, exactly like an RSP withdrawal. But the second option, this is the real superstar. You can transfer those funds directly into an RSP. And the absolutely insane part is that this direct transfer does not eat up any of your existing RSP contribution room. It is literally a financial cheat code, a golden ticket to just create bonus RSP space out of thin air, keeping all those sweet tax advantages for your retirement.
You do need to be careful, though. If you decide to withdraw the money for a non-qualifying reason, let's say you want to buy a flashy car or go on a big vacation, you're going to face a severe penalty. Not only does that money become taxable income immediately, but unlike a TFSA, where you actually get your contribution room back the following year, with the FHSA, that space is permanently destroyed. Once you pull it out for something other than a qualifying home, it's gone forever.
Section 5. Combining FHSA and RSSP.
So many Canadians don't actually realize that the FHSA and the old RSSP home buyers plan are completely different, separate programs. And yes, eligible buyers can absolutely use both of them at the exact same time. You can take your maxed out $40,000 FHSA and stack it right alongside the RSP home buyers plan. Combining these is an absolute game changer to significantly turbocharge the cash you have on hand for that down payment.
Section 6. Smart investment strategies.
Once your money is in the account, there's one guiding principle you really need to keep in mind. Because this account has that strict 15-year ticking clock and one very specific goal, your investment strategy here shouldn't just be a carbon copy of your long-term retirement accounts. Think about it. If you're retiring in 25 years, a stock market crash is just a blip on the radar. But if you are closing on a house in 6 months, a 20% market drop could literally ruin your ability to buy the house. That means your strategy absolutely has to match your timeline. If you're planning to buy in the next year or two, capital preservation is everything. You'll want to look at lower risk investments, things like GICs or high interest savings ETFs, just to protect yourself from a badly timed market dip. On the flip side, if you just open the accounts and your buying horizon is, say, 10 to 15 years away, you might feel comfortable taking on a bit more risk for potentially higher returns. The golden rule: always invest with your specific move-in date in mind.
So we've seen exactly how incredible the first home savings account is. You get the tax deduction of an RSP and the tax-free withdrawal of a TFSA. It's undeniably the ultimate tool for aspiring homebuyers. But knowing about that strict 15-year expiry limit leaves us with one massive lingering question to think about. With the housing market shifting as fast as it does, can you afford to wait to start your homeownership clock? Or will delaying your FHSA strategy today end up pricing you out of the market tomorrow? You've got to figure out your timeline and strategize from there. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy saving.